okay, you're talking about how Muslim kill Jews. You don't mention how atheist and Christian kill Jews. How
That
Jews
I
come
wasn't talking
to
about Christians. You guys are Muslims, not
you left
Christians.
Europe. You left Europe and come to Palestine as a refugee, and you took over the
Do
country.
I look to you like I left Europe? Look at me. My
You,
gra-
it's not about looking. It's
my
not about.
it is
I
exactly
don't
about
judge
looking.
people based on they look.
It
I
is
don't judge people.
it is
from how you
exactly it is exactly about looking, because I am from Tunisia. My family came from Tunisia, from Jerba. My grandparents were there, and their grandparents for generations, because they were kicked out of the land of Judea. Now, hold on just 1 second. You guys,
They,
you
they're,
guys,
they're,
you guys don't hold on. Wait, just a sec. Just a sec, just a sec.
Jewish, lives in.
That's an interesting topic. Sahar said that his family came from Tunisia, and for many generations, by the way. So this is a case of like a Jewish family with a Jewish history, a deep Jewish history in Tunisia. And if I'm not wrong, there are two synagogues in the region of Tunisia. Like one is called Kapira because it's the biggest neighborhood, and another one is the smallest one. And there are two synagogues, if I'm not wrong, something like that. I'm not pretty sure if they are active or not, if the community have moved to Israel. But anyway, there's a community there.
Wait.
Tunisia.
Hold on. Just a sec.
Back
You
to Tunisia. It's
hold
okay.
on. Right here in the
I
in
want
the
to ask you,
guys.
what's your
Just a second. In your hold on just 1 second.
Where are you from?
Hold on. I'm Jewish from Judea, but just a second.
Okay, all
in
of
your
you,
book,
this is not your country, man.
it is. Hold on just a second, because in your Quran it says it's my country.
Okay,
In your Quran it says it. You don't believe me?
No. Don't.
what's the Quran?
Sahar, let me tell you one thing. Quran tells a lot of histories, a lot of histories. Of course, the history of Israel, Bani Israel, the people of Israel, the sons of Israel, the children of Israel, is one of them. And of course, it says about the move from the Egypt to the land that God has prepared to the Jewish people, to Israel, whatever you call it. But this was a part of the history, all right? As we have many others in the Quran. That doesn't mean that God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, created one land for one people, all right? It was at the time of this revelation which your Torah says exactly the same thing. But now that doesn't mean that it is a base for it. You know what I'm saying? So Quran has a lot of histories. It is like histories about Jesus, for example, in the New Testament. Like which is very similar. The history of Israel, which is a big history in terms of faith and the love of God, the compassion of God about the Bnei Adam, about humanity. So that was just one example of many examples that God has, shown to the people in this world how great He is, and He must be praised. That's the logic. That doesn't mean that like God create a land like this is just for the Hebrew people, Jewish people, whatever. We can talk about it, of course, in terms of international law. All right, this is totally different. Which is the reason that you have the Medinat Israel, and the same reason that creates the Dawlat Palestine. The same thing. But we can bring religion to this, because religion has nothing to do with this.
What's the Quran say?
The Quran says in Surah 5:20 and 5:21, it says this: Remember Moses said to his people, O my people, call in remembrance the favor of Allah to you when he produced prophets among you, made you kings, and gave you what he had not given to any other among the people. And then he said, O my people, enter the Holy Land which Allah has assigned to you. Now, you don't believe that the Jewish people have any affiliation with Banu Israel. Banu Israel are the sons of Jacob.
Absolutely. Jewish people has totally connection with the land, historical, religiously, and now with one state, as I told you before.
Correct? And Jacob had 12
Yeah.
sons. 12 sons. Judah was one of the sons. Jews come from Judah. So why don't you believe that we are the sons of Jacob?
We believe that. We don't. We know you are.
So how
the
can
son
you
of
say
Jacob.
that? So how can you say that Israel is not the land of the Jews? How can you say this? You are going against the
Not
Quran.
the land of the Jews.
What?
It's not about ethnic. You're talking about Judaism. It's a religion and ethnic.
Man, we are
Correct. It
talking
is.
It's
about
not
the
just. You should be more specific when you talk about ethnic or religion.
No, I'm not talking about religion when I say Jewish. Jewish people are a people. They're a nation. They're people who come from Judea.
You are
Palestinians,
Oh,
the
you-
right way if you follow the Prophet Muhammad.
I don't
But
believe in
you
the Prophet Muhammad. I don't believe in the
You-
Prophet Muhammad. I think he's a false prophet.
Okay. You should follow Moses at least.
Okay?
And
I follow
Moses-
I
Mo-
Moses was a Muslim.
Moses
and
was a
he-
Jew.
Yeah, he was a Muslim.
Can I
And
ask you?
who
Can I ask you
follow
something?
Muhammad?
Hold on. Can I ask you something? How can Moses be a Muslim if he didn't have Muhammad to believe in, like it says in Surah 9?
Okay. So that happened. Many people get a big confusion in it. It happened because, it's the same thing I said, like that Jesus was a Muslim. Of course, Islam as a religion didn't exist at the time of Jesus, at the time of Moses, at the time of Abraham, at the time of Adam, alayhi salam, for everyone. It's not this case. The case means that they submiss their wills by the will of God. Like they were totally accepting what God sent to them and what God has said to them. That's why they were Muslims, because they accept everything from God without no questions, without no askings, without absolutely nothing. They were totally in observe what God has commanded to them. That's the reason why they are called Muslims. Of course, Jesus was a Jew at his time, alayhi salam. Moses, as you said, like from the Torah, like all the commandments, all the mitzvot that he received, he was also a Jew. Okay, this is not a thing that we can debate on it, right? This is absolutely clear for everyone. But when we say that they were Muslims, that means that they accept everything that God has commanded them. All right? It's just that.
927 or 929. It says,
Okay.
believe
That
in
means
Allah
you
and
are
Muhammad the Prophet.
in
How
Islam.
can you be a Muslim? How can you be a Muslim if Muhammad was not
Okay.
even there?
Let me give
Muhammad
you
is
answer.
the last prophet of
Let me answer you.
He's not.
I don't give a shit about your opinion about our
It's okay.
prophet.
I don't care what you care.
Who care
Okay,
what you
but
care?
let me clarify this.
That's good.
Being a Muslim doesn't mean you are follow Muhammad. Even Abraham, even Jacob, we believe all the prophets
Doesn't
were
make sense.
Muslim.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, you're
Muslim doesn't mean you are follow the Muhammad.
what does Islam mean? What does Islam mean? To submit, right?
Yeah, submit to Allah.
Submit
And
to
all
Allah.
the prophets, even Moses,
Perfect.
submit to Allah.
Hold on. Islam means submit to Allah, correct?
That's right.
Yeah.
Jews submit to Allah. Why do you want to kill the Jews all the time? Skipped.
It's not like this. Me personally, I'm a Muslim. I come from, Muslim faith. My family, the same thing. And honestly, Sahara, we never wanted to kill a Jew. And not any other human being, to be honest. And if you tell me, well, I'm Jewish and I will never give up about Judaism, that's good, man. That's awesome. If some Christian come to me and says, I'm Christian and I will never let Christianism, great. That's absolutely good. So we don't have any troubles with this, bro. Really. If you have people that are committing those kind of stuff, and we know that they exist, they can be accepted as Muslims. They are actually criminals. That's what they are. The people that you told in the video that are exploding stuff, that are killing and stabbing people in the streets of Israel and other countries as well, they are not Muslims. They are terrorists. They are criminals. This is a big difference. All right. So that was the video. I hope you like it. I inshallah, I can have other videos to show you guys and have those kind of talks. We have Traveling Cat as well, Ask Israeli, Ask Palestinian, which is an amazing YouTube channel. And of course, the Mr. Saluki, he deserves a Nobel of Peace, right? Like, it's a very amazing one. So that's it. Let's wait for the next video, and this is it. Thank you so much. Shukran, toda rabba, and see you there. Lehitraot.